There once was a boy who always came in last place in all his races. But one day he took one last step, and that changed everything. Ryan loved to run. There was nothing he liked more than feeling the wind in his hair and the sun on his skin when he raced. It was like the rest of the world disappeared, and all that mattered was the road beneath his feet and the finish line in the distance. He trained hard and often, but no matter how much work he put in, he never got any better. He was stuck in last place. And it didn't just happen in big competitions. It happened in small local races too. No matter how long or short, Ryan always came in last. One day he stood at the edge of the running track. His chest burned from exhaustion and sweat dripped down his forehead. He had been training for months, pushing himself harder than he ever had before, but every race ended the same way. Just before the finish line, he would slow down. Fear would grip him and his legs would turn to lead. Not fear of losing, though that stung, but fear of trying with everything he had and still failing. Why push if I might still come last, he thought. That's what the voice inside his head had been telling him for years. The voice told him he wasn't fast enough, that he wasn't born for greatness, that he should just accept that he would always come in second to last. And that voice was loud, it was constant, it drowned out all other thoughts, and he believed it. So on the day of the race, when the starting whistle blew, Ryan began to run. His heart pounded in rhythm with his feet hitting the pavement. The crowd was cheering. They were clapping and stamping and shouting his name. But their voices faded behind the storm inside his mind. The storm that told him he wasn't good enough, that he would disappoint everyone if he tried and failed. Again, at the halfway mark, he was in fourth place, but his legs screamed for rest. The voice whispered, "Slow down now, before it hurts more," it said. But something deep inside refused. Something that had nothing to do with the voice. Something that Ryan didn't recognize. But it pushed him on, and then suddenly he remembered his coach's words. "It's not the first step that counts the most," she had said one day during training. "It's the last one." Ryan clenched his fists. He knew what he had to do. He pushed harder, his muscles burning as he moved faster. The finish line came into view. His lungs burned and his vision blurred. His body wanted to stop, but he told himself, "One more step," he gasped. One more step. The runners ahead slowed slightly, but they didn't see Ryan coming. He didn't know where the energy had come from, but he used it to close the gap. His heart felt like it would burst, but he didn't let go. He pushed on. He had 5 meters to go. 4, 3, 2, 1. He sprinted with everything he had. The crowd roared louder. They were standing now, leaning over the edge of the track, straining to see who would win. In the final 5 meters, Ryan passed 2 runners. He crossed the finish line in second place. He collapsed to the ground, gasping. The world spun around him. For the first time, he had nothing left to give, and it felt incredible. His coach ran over. She helped him to sit up and said, "You see, it wasn't about winning today. It was about taking the last step." Ryan looked at the scoreboard. His time was the fastest he had ever run. Tears welled in his eyes. Not because of the medal though, because he had defeated the voice inside. Days passed. Ryan kept training. Each time he ran, he pushed past the point where he wanted to stop. One more step, he told himself, and each time he did, the voice of doubt grew weaker. The day came when he no longer heard the voice. It was gone. Months later, another race arrived. Ryan stood at the starting line. He felt calm. The whistle blew. He ran with focus. His breathing was steady. The last lap came. His legs screamed again, but this time he smiled. "One more step," he whispered. He surged forward. 1 runner ahead, 2 meters left. Ryan leaned forward. He crossed the line first. The stadium erupted. He couldn't stop smiling. Winning felt amazing, but what felt better was knowing he didn't quit. That night, he lay in bed replaying the moment. He knew he wouldn't have won if he hadn't taken that one last step. He had done it because he knew it was the right thing to do, and in doing so he had found something inside himself he never knew was there. A strength, a resilience, a refusal to give up. And in that moment, he realized that success wasn't about giant leaps. It was about tiny, determined steps. Every day, no matter how hard things seemed, no matter how impossible the goal appeared, he could keep going one more step. That was what mattered. That was how champions were made. The next morning, Ryan woke early. He went for a run, not because of a race, not because of a medal, but because he had become the kind of person who always took the last step. As the sun rose higher in the sky and the birds sang their morning songs, Ryan ran on, his feet barely touching the ground. He was free. Free from the doubts that had held him back for so long. Free from the voice that had whispered in his ear that he wasn't good enough. He was Ryan the runner, and he always took the last step, Now it's your turn. Have you ever struggled with believing in yourself? If so, share your story in the comments below. Let's support each other. Remember, every great achievement starts with a single step. So believe in yourself and take that first step towards your dreams.